I heard this from somebody and I couldn't stop laughing. That South Asians are the biggest racists.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's true. And they are the biggest, they hate other South Asians. They start with, I hate you. I think it's incredible what she's accomplished. No two ways to that. But she's not Mindy Kaling. She's not helping other South Asians. She's only helping herself, to be very honest. The problem is not our religion, our race, India, Pakistan, Hindu, Muslim, left, right, like we're struggling in America. It's about the rich people who are using this to suck more money out of us and they are getting richer. I find auditioning very hard, yeah. You won't believe it, in India, Devin Bhojani, he's like an older brother to me. And I used to send him my tapes. I still do.
Oh,
I still sometimes once in few months I'll be like, Devin, mera ye tape dekh yaar, better hai kya? All the actors who were doing work, they didn't have a lot of followers.
Yeah,
They had less
amazing.
followers than me, and I'm like, my God, you work with Martin Scorsese, and I've not worked with Martin Scorsese. How do you have less followers than I do?
Could you just let us know more about the show and, of course, your character that we'll get to see you in this very exciting new role?
So, Law and Order is like very old franchise. It's like 27 seasons, and it's a well-oiled machine. The production is like, they know exactly what they're doing. There's so many people, but सबको पता है वो क्या कर रहे हैं, and that's the best part. Like everybody, it's like a like colony of bees. Everybody knows what they're doing, and it's really cool. My character, it's an episodic story, and I'm in the episode only. I'm not playing a recurring, but it was a good role. The whole episode revolves around my murder.
Oh,
But it's a fun, role, because normally the kind of doctor, lawyer, FBI agent, stereotypical roles that I get are procedurals. जैसे ना, heart rate is so and so, check the pulse, वैसा नहीं था. There's emotion, there's a lot more going on in this role where, her clinic blows up and then she's murdered. So it was a really good scene with Captain Benson, which is
yes.
Hargitay. So it was a really nice scene and I had a great time on set. And I'd been taping for them forever. So a lot of Dick Wolf shows, like he has criminal special victims unit. They have organized crime. They have a bunch of different law and order. FBI. They have taken literally all of Chelsea Piers in Chelsea, New York, is just for their set and their shooting. So I have been taping with them for the last 15 years that I've been
Wow.
here. I would say 14, because the first year I was still on my green card and EAD and all that. So once I finally settled and became a citizen and all that, so I've been taping for them forever now. So it was just funny when I booked my audition. I thought it was the worst audition ever. I didn't like my tape. But that's what happens. The universe is weird like that. The things you don't expect, you get. The things and you feel, oh my God, I nailed this. This is it. You don't get it. So this is life.
But tell me, how different was it to kind of adapt to this audition culture? Because in India, especially, I think TV didn't have that 10, 15 years back. Now, at least, maybe people are testing, at least having look tests. But that was not the case earlier. So tell me about your own struggle of adapting to this new culture.
I think I was horrible. I think the first 8-10 years, I would say that's a long time of saying that, but I didn't think I could audition at all. I didn't think I auditioned well. I've constantly been in class with acting coaches because I never needed to audition in India. Luckily, one thing led to another, and word of mouth would go, and people would be like, "Oh, she's done this. You can do this. You can." So I kept getting work in India, so I didn't have to tape, which was a big problem. Because here everything revolves, even some of the biggest actors, if you see, there's Will Ferrell has auditions online, they are there, you'll see Rachel, everybody has auditions. So it's not like people don't audition, everybody auditions here. So I was very surprised that, in the initial days they audition. Now those guys don't need to audition probably because they proved their mettle. So it was a big problem for me. So I used to constantly be in class and I was never confident. Every time I got a tape, Sana, I used to freak out. I used to get like all crazy panic that, oh my gosh, kaise hoga? Because, I couldn't understand how in such a sterile environment, you're just in a box and you're not even supposed to show your background. It's supposed to be a backdrop. So I got colored background. I got lights, everything. So how can you work? Koi actor nahi hai, koi prop nahi hai. There's nothing. So how do you show 4 people are standing here in a scene, 3 people are here, somebody is here, daughter, as things are blowing away, so much is happening in a scene. How do you show all that and be so real that they book you?
Yeah.
I used to find auditioning very hard, yeah. You won't believe it, in India, Deven Bhojani, he's like an older brother to me, and I used to send him my tapes. I still do.
Oh,
I
how
still
cute.
sometimes once in few months I'll be like, Deven, mera ye tape dekh yaar, better hai kya? So because he's been like my guru and I love him, so I always send it to
Amazing.
him, and yeah, and he'd be like, देख ये तू ऐसा कर सकती थी, phone पे बात करते हैं, and he'd give me tips and pointers. Apart from him, I still go for all my acting. I coach with actors. I tape with acting coaches. So all of that has really helped me. So yeah, it was not easy, and now it doesn't bother me. Now I can hang out and audition in 30 minutes.
Amazing.
I don't do more than 3 takes. And I send one of the best of the 3 takes, because the more you do it, the more you lose spontaneity. And acting is all about being present and being spontaneous. So I just do a lot of prep where I know exactly what my scene is, what my character is, what my lines are, why I'm saying those lines, how can I react, how am I listening, because it's very important to listen as an actor, because the camera captures that process. So I do all that in advance when I'm doing my work, so that when I'm finally rolling and my friend is helping me on Zoom and I put my camera here, she's like, "You ready?" I'm like, "Ready." Then we knock it out, 2 to 3 takes max, and our tape is done.
Wow. Wow.
But it took 15 years to get here, Sana. It's not a joke.
Of course, of course. But also tell me, Sweta, like from where you started out, I'm sure there were very selective roles for South Asian actors, especially Indian. But do you see that change now? Are there better roles written for Indian actors, for South Asian people?
I would say yes and no. So the big shows still have very stereotypical roles for Indian actors. The more, I would say, the Indian diaspora roles, like that, they're being mean. There's Pradeeps of Pittsburgh. There was Never Have I Ever. So Mindy Kaling is one of the big people,
Yes.
producers here, who really, kind of wants to do shows and help Indian people, like British shows that help Indian people. But barring her, now there's Netflix is doing a few other things. Like I met Smriti Mundra, I interviewed her, but her stuff is docu-style and it's all real life Indian matchmaking and stuff. So few people are kind of tapping into that. Our Netflix head is Bella Bajaria, so I'm like thinking there should be more content, and I think Accustomed Earth that is happening now, which is Champa Lahiri's novel. So I've been taping as well.
Wow.
So yeah, we'll see. There's this, like, so in the American shows they still only kind of throw us a little bit, but there are a few recurrings. Like The Pit has an Indian actress as a recurring, but I see, this is my problem. I don't think Indians who are born and raised here are really Indian. They are American.
Yeah.
So even though they are they say they are ABCDs, Indian born, American born, confused.
They see it.
But so they take them. So I would say, of course, they look South Asian, but that is things. So they want them to look, so they look like, oh, we have diverse actors in our cast, but they want them to sound white.
Yeah.
Which means they want them to sound like they have an American accent.
Absolutely.
Until they truly take somebody like me, who actually is an American and has an American, life, but doesn't have an American accent, has an Indian accent, I don't truly feel they have, taken people like me.
Yeah. But tell me, Sweta, did that take a lot of courage that you decided that you wanted to be an actor in this industry, given that how everything works out?
Sana, honestly, when you feel like, you don't have a choice and you just go for it, like, this is always what I wanted to do. So I was already doing that in India. So I said, like all these people say that if you have 10,000 hours in something, you're a pro. I had millions. I had like thousands of hours since I was 14. I'd been acting. So, for me, doing anything else, I didn't know what else I would do. So it was almost like I kept thinking, okay, maybe I should try this, maybe I should try that. But anything I do, I would start from scratch. I would have zero experience. So to build on zero versus having a body of work and having experience. So I said, let me just hone my craft to adapt to this market. Just like how when medical professionals, when they go from one country to another, one state to another, they have to get research. You need to do recertifications.
Mm.
You also need to do recertification. So I would say that this was my recertification as an actor. I had to like hone my craft to this,
Right.
universe, this
Mm.
industry, this business over here in America, and it's very different from.
Absolutely. But did they recognize you? Someone, some casting director or some agents, did they?
Casting directors have no idea. They don't know anything. They have no clue. They are so busy. They know actors who are, who are working here, who they are used to calling in, and it
Mm.
takes a long time to develop that rapport. So their thing is different. So they know nobody knew me, nothing. I mean, maybe when they decide to cast you and they feel like you're on a short list, they
Mm.
go into maybe your socials, they maybe go into your demo reels, they
Right.
look you up maybe. I don't know what they do really, but I think when they look you up and then they see, oh, she's done a lot of work, so she's probably a professional, she'll show up and she'll, work on the adjustments and she'll be okay to work with. See, basically they want to see there are people who are committed, who want to work.
Mm.
So
And
even when they
professional,
book
absolutely.
you, yeah, so they want to just make sure that you're somebody they can work with.
Yeah, yeah. But very interesting, Shweta, you mentioned about socials, because right now in India, we are seeing a trend of young actors getting cast based on their social media numbers. Is that something that you've also seen in America?
Oh yeah. It's everywhere. It's
Oh,
globally.
oh
But
my God.
yeah, I don't like it, but I understand why they're doing it because they already have an inbuilt audience and everybody's on their
Mm.
phones these days. So that has been like a disadvantage for me because I am not much of a social media person. I force myself to post and I live. So when you're living life, you're raising a child, you have so much going on, Sana. Nobody has time to sit and shoot reels. These people have married their Instagram videographers. They live with people that are constantly shooting their videos.
Yeah,
Imagine the kind of commitment that is, yeah. Like kudos to them
absolutely.
and more power to them that they're able to do it. But I
Mm.
didn't have that bandwidth to sit and do that. And that I can't sit and tell my husband who's a lawyer who's busy with his job that hey, मेरा video निकाल यार मैं ये बना रही हूँ ये कर ले like I can't rubbish I can and my daughter's totally zero interest so and I'm not going to pay people to do it, that's stupid.
Mm.
I didn't have that, so that has and it is still a disadvantage for me.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
have
that's
the
so true.
Instagram followers or the social media followers, and I have never focused on it. So yeah, they
Mm.
get cast over here too, but a lot of people are realizing that these people A are not probably as committed. They don't show up on time,
Mm.
expect too much. Their eyes are dead because they don't have the I don't know whether to call it the aliveness or that the experience.
Yeah,
So what they are making on their channels or whatever is very frills, like they're all frills, they're
absolutely.
all surfaced. Meanwhile, somebody who has really lived, like you see all these old actors, like all these big actors,
Mm.
they don't care about social media posts and all that. Like they don't
True.
acting stuff. So, like all the actors I worked with, whether it was Nosferatu, whether it was As They Made Us, all the actors who were doing work, they didn't have a lot of followers.
Yeah,
They had
yeah,
less
amazing.
followers than me, and I'm like, my God, you work with Martin Scorsese, and I've not worked with Martin Scorsese. How do you have less followers than I do? So no, I don't think. Yeah, so real talent is not about followers, and eventually
Mm.
they will realize it because see, I tell you something, Sana. People who are making content will go for followers. People who are making
Yes,
art and they really want good cinema and they want people who really can understand the depth of the story and be able to serve the story and not serve themselves, they will go for talent.
absolutely,
You just have
absolutely.
to see, whose cup of tea we are.
Yeah, and also tell me about the community back there, the Indian diaspora that's there. I mean, we do see videos of maybe Priyanka Chopra and Anju kind of hosting that Diwali party. But how is it when it comes to Indians out there as a community, as professionals coming together and supporting each other?
I feel that there's cliques just like everywhere. So there are certain people who like certain people will call certain people and they'll be cliques.
Hmm.
Unfortunately, I'm not in any South Asian clique, but um, I'm getting to know more people. But it also depends because I live like an hour away from the city. So for me, commuting,
Okay.
like, no, it's
Hmm.
not a problem. I do it now. I do it
Hmm.
now, but my child was really small, Sana. So now she's older. She's almost 12. So
Yeah.
it's getting a little easier for me to do stuff. But yeah, so there are cliques. Everybody has cliques. And I feel sometimes, I heard this from somebody and I couldn't stop laughing that South Asians are the biggest racists.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's true. And they are the biggest, they hate other South Asians. They start with, I hate you. You know, and they have this whole thing that, oh, how much money they have, what attribute they have, like how much, and most of these Indian people in the filmmaking business here, most of them are social climbers. So I'm not that kind of a person. I'm not going to be a friend only because you want something out of me or I want something out of you. My friends are very genuine and I believe in genuine friendships. So, the universe keeps those kind of people away from me. I'm grateful. But I'm hoping that when I do meet people and the people that I have now have started connecting with South Asians, they have been very nice.
Yeah.
So I'm grateful for those friends.
Right. But do you feel not being part of these cliques has caused you maybe loss of work or loss of visibility?
I don't know. And I can't tell because, everybody's trajectory is so different. I know so many of them who have not booked the work I have booked. So I don't know, knowing them would have helped or not helped. Maybe I would have done a couple of more South Asian shows. Maybe, I would have done some small, short South Asian films.
Yeah.
But all the stuff that is prime time and all that stuff that I'm already booking as a guest star or a recurring or a co-star, which I've already been doing. So I don't know if that would have been a detriment, that has been a detriment or not. Kya malum? It's like saying that should I have taken this or that road? Both roads go somewhere. I took one. I didn't by choice not take another one. It was just a chance that didn't happen. Like my friends, my colleagues out here are all American and they love me and we are co-producing, we are co-writing, and they're all American women and and it doesn't bother me and they are wonderful. I don't have to only find Indian people to help me because it may not work out like that, Sana. It just depends on who's in your radius and who really believes in you and who you really get along with. Just like they have their cliques, they might be only like South Asian cliques. The fact that my husband is not Indian goes to show that I'm not very cliquish.
But I think a lot of people, especially in India, kind of consider Priyanka as the flag bearer of South Asian community out there because she's always everyone who from Bollywood goes to US, they are meeting her, clicking pictures with her. Like, how do you look at her growth, especially this way and the kind of work that she's doing?
I think it's incredible what she's accomplished. No two ways to that. But she's not Mindy Kaling. She's not helping other South Asians. She's only helping herself, to be very honest.
Yeah,
she's all about herself, so God bless her, she's doing really well and it's fine. But at times I feel like, what Mindy Kaling does is amazing because she's actually writing, producing and, helping other South Asians to break through in the business, which is so hard as it is for women of color. So I believe that if God sends you the elevator, he's checking if you can send the elevator down to get more people up.
Wow, that's
so are you sending the elevator down? So that's my true sense of a good human being and of somebody who's committed to elevating voices. Like the film that I'm doing now called Tabassum, he's a South Asian writer, he's a man, but he's written a story about a 40-year-old woman. It's a beautiful story and I really wanted to elevate the story. So I decided to help produce the film for him. And I've acted in it as well and I put in my own money as well. Similarly, I'm co-writing another thing. I'm helping another writer who's written a beautiful story about a woman struggling with fertility. So she lives in the director, writer. We're all Colorado, California. We're all like Zoom calling to set meetings. But I'm just saying that these are all people, like even my co-producer friend, she's an indigenous woman and she loves my story. So she's elevating my voice. Wow. You see, these are the people I want in my life. So God bless all the people who've made it, but unless you're sending the elevator down, I don't think you're doing. Then you're you're for yourself. Like all these new articles, Taylor Swift, that she's only for herself. So what's the point if you're a billionaire or a millionaire and you've got all this attention? And you're doing for the community.
Yeah.
Doing for people who are really hustling and struggling and are trying to make insurance, like trying to get that subway ticket, like what do you help? Are you helping other people? Because other than I don't care then what she's doing or what anyone's doing. So I love Mindy Kaling. I love people who are helping, who are giving back is what is important.
Yeah. And what about Diljit's rise that you've seen? Because I think in India, he's right now the most hated celebrity after Yeah, about when he casted, of course, that Pakistani actor in his film, that kind of just turned the tide for him. But he getting so much in love out there. Shweta, what's your take on that?
I think it's stupid that we are not seeing that the politicians everywhere in the world are using differences to then suck more money out of us. The problem is not our religion, our race, India, Pakistan, Hindu, Muslim, left, right, like we're struggling in America. It's about the rich people who are using
Yeah.
this to suck more money out of us and they are getting richer. So the problem is not all that, it's the haves and the have nots.
Mm,
Misusing that. And there are people who are dumb enough not to see that, is my problem.
yeah, that's so
So
true.
he's an artist, he's making art, and he's doing amazing, and he's an amazing singer. And who cares who he marries and who he sees or who he casts from Pakistan or from Timbuktu? Who cares? I mean, how narrow minded are you that you're not seeing
Yeah,
these big politicians are just eating your money?
absolutely.
They're just using all this to divide you. It's
Yeah,
the same book, and that's why 92% of the world now has like fascists.
absolutely.
All these countries have fascist governments that are using all this.
Yeah,
India, they use Hindu Muslim, here they're using the left and the right. And
true.
they're just sucking us dry and destroying
Yeah.
the environment. Like they don't care about us. So I'm sorry, I think that's just rubbish. And people
Yeah.
need to either get educated or get their news sources from the right
Hmm.
places, because not to get their news from social media.
Yeah, yeah. Talking about your government, of course, Donald Trump has announced that he'll be charging 100% tariff for films made, of course, out of US. As someone who's there, who may be going out to theaters to watch films, Indian films, Shweta, how do you think this will impact Indian diaspora and, of course, the industry as a whole?
Honestly, our industry was doomed after the strike and post pandemic.
Hmm.
And the actors strike, of course. And now there's AI. We are so
Yeah,
deep, we are so deeply doomed in so many ways. Yet there's always hope. The fact that most of Hollywood is not happy with Trump's policies is why they have started this. Jane Fonda started this whole thing now about freedom of speech. Uh,
absolutely.
and why he's putting these tariffs, because he's an autocrat. So what autocrats do is they punish people who speak against them. So if Hollywood, he knows, is not pro him, he'll slap tariffs. So he's doing that with everybody. So
Yeah.
it's not just the Hollywood, it's the Board of Education. He fired the EPA. So you see, that's what they do. So we should not be surprised. We just
Hmm.
have to brace ourselves and be ready for the next storm. And until he's there, there are going to be a lot of storms. So that's not in just the Hollywood field. That's in
Yeah.
everything right now here. You won't believe it. I live next to the Hudson River. I wish I could show you my view. I'm so lucky. For years, they weren't going to dump nuclear waste. Now the federal government has said, go ahead and dump nuclear waste because they don't care anymore. So they are at so many different levels that we are fighting, that honestly,
Yeah.
in so many ways that इसके लिए क्या बात करना अभी? It's like so much.
Well, I'm so surprised, Shweta. I mean, have you ever wondered? I mean, if you hadn't moved to US, would you have had this freedom of speech that you have right now, or just the way you're talking about your work? I mean, do you think you would have evolved as an artist, as a person, if you were here right now?
I think as a person, no.
Hmm.
As an actor, also no. Do I miss some things about India, like the independence where I had a regular job and I could go every day, and that creating and building a story together, working on set where we all ran lines and we just got together and we kind of served, got a story. We could see the episode coming together. We all knew each other's
Yeah.
characters, and it was so fun. That creative process I really miss. But barring that, I feel I'm a better human being because of the way I have evolved as a person. I've evolved as an actor. I've had to work much harder here because the business is very cutthroat. So I've had to constantly work harder. I work with Bob Krakauer. He's a acting coach, and his team.
Right.
So he's amazing. So anytime people come here, I'm like, you really need to up your game. And if you want to level up, you have to be in class and you have to work your acting muscle, because it's just
Right.
like to the gym, it's working your acting muscle. So you have to keep doing that. And yeah, definitely, I feel had I not moved here, I would have there's so many things I would have not grown as a human being. And they say
Yeah.
that, like Stella Adler says, that growth as a human being is synonymous to growth as an actor.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm sure.
That's what I'm happy that I'm able to do. It's
Yeah.
not been easy though. It's been very hard. And I do miss having the money and all that crazy independence. Yes, I do miss all that. I'm not going to lie. But yeah, with everything in life, there are pros and cons.
Yes. Also, you spoke about, AI. Shweta, what's the take there in Hollywood? Because people in Bollywood are still debating on its use and if it's right to be used. But how's things back there?
Yeah, it's a huge problem. But I feel like there are some filmmakers and some studios really don't care. They just want to make money and they want to cut costs. And eliminating human beings was never the real way to do this. And globally, we all need to come to an understanding that how much of us do we want to sacrifice to make the rich richer. Because these are all the rich people who are, whether it's corporate jobs that are people are losing, everywhere people are losing jobs to AI. I'm not just as an actor. We are definitely seeing it in my field, and we saw it in my field even before the other fields. This is before when the strike happened. One of the reasons SAG was striking for us was for the AI clause. But we are seeing it in every field. And I think as a human species, we need to kind of just really draw the line and really push back. And all these studios, the corporate, offices, big companies, they need to be fined. They need to be fined. They need to be taxed like double and triple, because they need to then be paying the people that they have fired, because they cannot because the more these people sit at home, how are they going to feed their families? How are they going to, there's going to be crime. And the rich only will suffer in the end, because the crime is going to be committed on them probably. Like, it's so stupid. It's so short-sighted that, instead of using AI as a tool in many cases, it's very helpful. I will not lie. I do use ChatGPT sometimes when I don't want to, create a little thank you letter for somebody, and I'm like, oh, I need to be personal. I agree, but then there's somewhere you draw the line and you say, you know what, I don't want to like completely, mess up the human race.
On a lighter note, wanted to end this with you talking about what you miss about. You did speak about, of course, shooting episodes, but what about actors? Are you in touch with your friends, especially from your popular shows? How's things here? Are you guys wishing each other on Diwali and New Year?
Of course, my God, we have like 2 different WhatsApp chats. My closest 2 units have been Bahu Baby and Kahaani.
Kahaani, of course.
So we are the core team of Kahaani Ghar. Sakshi is still one of my closest friends, and we talk very often. Meetu, Manav, Sweta, we are all on the same chat. Deepak ji, all of us are on the same chat. Suchita. So we are all like very connected. Whenever I come there, we meet. We make it a point to meet, and we are so in touch. We like share. We wish each other on our birthdays. जब किसी का भी birthday होता है, वैशाली का birthday, everybody is wishing Vaishali. Amit Verma का birthday, सब everybody is wishing Amit. Deven ji ka birthday, Atish ka birthday. We are all wishing. So we are very close. We're very close knit. We're like family, really. So whenever I come there, they make it a point to meet. Atish will make this amazing food. He'll call everybody over, and he's making his Bengali dal stuff, and I'm like, my God, Atish, I'm craving your food. Yeah, so I'm so far away. So, he and Alison are like amazing cooks. So yeah, so we are like family. I miss them, and I love them, and we're always in touch. They were so happy that when I send them stuff, they're like, oh, we saw you. So
but Shweta, if you get a chance maybe to work here, will you be open to that, or you're well settled out there that coming back and working would be a tough spot for you?
I do want to work there, and I would love to work there, but it has to be like, they should call me and do my work and let me go. Like I've heard, like I was talking to Sakshi and Rajesh Kumar and all these people who are my friends, and they were like, yeah, they are very unorganized. बोलेंगे 37 day का schedule है या 30 days का schedule है. They will say हो गया, and then you go back, and then they'll be like, नहीं ये करना है, 2 दिन इसके लिए चाहिए, 2 दिन उसके लिए. That is what I'm concerned about. If I find people who are really well organized, if a production team is really organized, and if they can shoot with me within a month, within 20 days, and I'm happy to come and go. I can't just relocate then. I can't do daily soaps like I did before.
Of course.
Because they needed like the whole month. So that I can't give right now. like every month, the whole month, for the whole year, I
Yeah.
can't. But if it's like short-term projects, like they're making an eight episodic story and they start to finish, then I'm happy to come and work. Absolutely. I would love to,
Yeah.
because I know so many people there. So when I work there, it's like being home. It's actually being home. Mom, dad are still there.
Yeah.
Excuse for me to be with mom, dad, and
Mm.
eat good food, and be in projects that are more Indian based, other than here, which are not Indian stories. So
True.
those things are also something I would love to do.
Yeah.